Lindsey Graham went on Fox News as usual. And in this clip, he's trying his best to shift the blame, to shift the concern and shift the fears of what happened on January 6th. And as he did last week, he tried to blame it on Nancy Pelosi. And yesterday, he took a stab at blaming this on Vice President Kamala Harris. Let's take a listen in to Lindsey Graham.
The trial record was a complete joke, hearsay upon hearsay, and we've opened Pandora's box to future presidents. And if you use this model, I don't know how Kamala Harris doesn't get impeached if the Republicans take over the House, because she actually bailed out rioters, and one of the rioters went back to the streets and broke somebody's head open. So we've opened Pandora's box here, and I'm sad for the country.
Does Donald Trump...
Listen, let's be sure about something, James, and I want you to get in here too. Like, let's be sure Republicans will absolutely impeach anyone they get an opportunity to as soon as they get an opportunity to. There's no question about whether or not Republicans will try to impeach Vice President Kamala Harris or even Joe Biden. They're absolutely going to do it. If you consider what they impeach Bill Clinton for versus what they refuse to convict Donald Trump over. Right? They impeach Bill Clinton over lying about his sexual proclivities inside the White House. Right. And it was a big deal all over the news. I remember I was, relatively young. Well, I'm not going to give you my entire age, but seriously, they made a big deal over Bill Clinton lying about his sexual activities in the White House. But they seem to not care whatsoever that Donald Trump literally tried to overthrow our government. And the reason they don't care is because it's in their political best interest not to care. They play absolute politics. James, I'm just like if we really reduce this down to the bare essentials, what we're dealing with are a group of people who are more than happy to burn this country to the ground for the sake of their power, with no regard whatsoever to the damage that it causes, because they're willing to. It's like a game of chicken. It's like a game of chicken. The Republicans have been driving a Mack truck towards America since they've been in power, and they've shown that they have no intention whatsoever of slowing down, none whatsoever. So to me, when you're dealing with terrorists, ideological terrorists like the Republican Party and like the conservative movement in this country, we can't negotiate with terrorists. We can't try to triangulate with these people. We can't try bipartisanship with them when they've shown that they're more than willing to destroy this country for the sake of not losing an election. How can Joe Biden, how can any Democrat at this point, we couldn't even get 10. We cannot get 10 Republicans to break the filibuster threshold, right? So now we're in a situation where not only are Republicans willing to burn this country to the ground, but there's so many radically extreme Republicans who are willing to burn this country to the ground that we can't even get past the filibuster. So that tells me that Democrats need to absolutely just slam everything that we need done through with no regard whatsoever to the concerns or the feelings or the backlash from Republicans, because we see the backlash will go all the way to treason. What do you do, James? Just a general question in life. And what do you do when you're dealing with people who would destroy everything and expect you? It's gaslighting. I mean, the best way to understand it is relationships. But what do you think?
Right. Agreed, Ben. It's just like in this situation like this, is just like, man, just cut y'all off. And like you said, Democrats just need to really go ahead and put everything out there, because we see the Republicans don't care. It's all about money, and it's a game. And to me, I always think about this, like, you claim that you're doing everything for the people, but you're doing this for your own benefits, your own gain.